दिया है। कोर्ट ने कहा है कि सूट मेंटेनेबल है। अब इस मामले की अगली सुनवाई 22/9 को होगी और एविडेंस लीड की जाएगी। इशूज बहुत बड़ी और क्या क्या और आराम से मैं कहीं बहुत देखिए, जो मुस्लिम पक्ष की मैं बता रहा हूँ, जो मुस्लिम पक्ष जो मुस्लिम पक्ष की पेटिशन है ऑर्डर 7 रूल 11 की, वो रिजेक्ट कर दी गई है। प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट का आर्गुमेंट रिजेक्ट कर दिया है, वक्फ एक्ट का रिजेक्ट कर दिया है। 22/9 आगे अब इस
verdict which is out. The Varanasi court has admitted to Hindu side's plea. So big win for the Hindu side there. In fact, there you heard how the lawyer just gave a reaction after the Varanasi court.
क्योंकि जो हमारी कमीशन की रिपोर्ट है अब वो पढ़ी जाएगी, उसके खिलाफ उनको ऑब्जेक्शन देना पड़ेगा। और जो कमीशन की रिपोर्ट में शिवलिंग बरामद हुआ है, अब उसमें आगे बात होगी। ये सारी महिला याचिकाकर्ताओं के लिए बहुत बड़ी जीत है। आज हम लोग बाबा के दर्शन
फर्स्ट
हमारी पूरी लीगल टीम बाबा के दर्शन करने जा रही है।
फाइनल भैया बता दीजिए, फाइनल
अगली तारीख।
Tanima joins us from the Mumbai newsroom. Tanima, big victory for the Hindu side. Court has said that the Hindu side's plea is maintainable. What more are you picking up in terms of this big verdict by the Varanasi court?
Basically, it is the Hindu side's plea. It's the 5 women who had wanted permission to pray at the premises of the Gyanvapi mosque have in fact been given the right to hold their prayers over there. At the moment, the Hindu side's plea, in the sense that the maintainability of the plea, beg your pardon, has in fact been given. It is right now we need to understand very importantly that it is not about the whether or not they can actually pray at the premises of the mosque or not, but whether the plea is maintainable. That is the point on which the court was deciding today. So the plea has been held to be maintainable at the moment, and that is that the Hindu side's plea has been in fact accepted as far as that aspect is concerned. But the hearing, of course, will continue on several other aspects of the court case. Remember that this is just one aspect that the Varanasi court was deciding on today, and the Hindu side's plea has in fact been accepted as far as that is concerned. And the next date of hearing, as we know, of course, has been decided for 22nd of this month. The Muslim side's petition, which was essentially objecting against the maintainability of the plea, that has been rejected. So it's very important for our viewers to actually make out this distinction that at this point it is just the first step in the hearing. It's not the final order. This is just the first step of the order as far as whether or not this particular hearing can continue or not. Whether or not at a prima facie level, whether the court can actually continue to hear this particular petition which had been filed by these 5 women who wanted their wanted rights to pray at the premises of the Gyanvapi mosque, because they believed that there were idols of certain Hindu gods also present in the premises of the mosque. So at the moment, of course, it is, yes, at this point in time, it is these 5 women petitioners whose plea has in fact been accepted, but it's a long road ahead for the rest of the hearing to continue. And in fact, both sides of the legal team, of course, the Hindu side of the legal team has in fact said that they are not going to visit the temple and seek blessings. These are very initial details which we are getting from the Varanasi court, the sessions court which was hearing this particular case, and the court has in fact asked the Muslim side, the Muslim petitioners, to put to present their point of view in the court as well. So these are just initial information which we are getting. But just to sum it up for our viewers at this point in time, once again, it's the maintainability of the plea. The order, the court's order on the maintainability of the plea is out from the Varanasi court, which means this case will continue. That's the big takeaway which we're getting from Varanasi right now. Pooja.
All right, Tanima, just for the understanding of our viewers, if you could just elaborate what exactly was this entire controversy, how did it exactly stem, and what has been the arguments from both the sides?
In fact, it has been a long, and arduous court hearings, as usually that we can in fact see there are long hearings which take place, especially on such sensitive matters. But the Varanasi court, of course, which was hearing petitions from both sides. Remember, as I was saying, that the main petition was of these 5 women who wanted their rights to pray in the premises of the mosque there in Varanasi, the Gyanvapi mosque, because they believed that there were certain Hindu idols who were also present in the premises of the mosque over there. That was objected to, of course, by the mosque authorities, the Muslim side petitioners, who also went to court essentially saying that this plea should not in fact be entertained at all. This should not be heard at all. But the court decided to, of course, take up both the petitions and give a thorough hearing to both sides. And at this point in time, what we can in fact tell you is that they had, remember, there had also been, a lot of activities which have taken place around this entire Gyanvapi case. There was a survey which had been ordered to be conducted in the premises of the temple in order to figure out whether or not this particular claim which had been made by these 5 women petitioners, whether or not it was at all in any way justified. So there was a survey carried out in order to figure out whether there were any idols present in the premises of the court. Then, of course, we'd seen that even the Supreme Court had, in fact, there were certain petitions which had landed up in the top court. In that also, the top court had also said that let the Varanasi court actually decide as far as this particular aspect on the maintainability of the plea is concerned. And we had also in fact seen that in the Varanasi court itself, there had in fact been very strong arguments being made by both sides as well. Essentially, of course, talking about the fact that the Hindu side, of course, was talking about the fact
we are getting some reactions coming in after that big verdict from the Varanasi court. Let's listen in.
मसाजिद के आए जिससे युवा कोरम पूरा हो जा रहा है, इसलिए उनको पूरा माना जाएगा।
आगे क्या रहेगा? कार्ड नहीं था, कुछ नहीं था, पेश कर पाए, उसका खारिज हो गया अपराध। 22 तारीख को, यही 22 ना।
आज किस तरीके से आगे का क्या प्रोसेस रहेगा, किस तरीके से किया जाएगा?
अब 22 तारीख को हम लोग अपने बाकी जो पेंडिंग प्रार्थना पत्र सब बल देंगे।
मुस्लिम पक्ष की तरफ से क्या कहा गया था?
मुस्लिम पक्ष पर बहुत सारे बहस की गई थी, आज थोड़ा कुछ कहा गया। आज तो उभय पक्ष फैसला सुनने गई थी। अब फैसला सुनने में निर्देश होता है कि कोर्ट के अंदर कुछ नहीं, फैसला सुनिए, बाहर जाइए। वहाँ कोई प्रतिक्रिया नहीं व्यक्त करनी होती है।
मंजू जी बताओ। मंजू जी ये वो महिला है। चलिए आइए। इधर से आओ।
That big verdict coming from the Varanasi court, a single bench of the district judge A.K. Vishwesh delivering the verdict in the Gyanvapi Shringar Gauri dispute case, holding the case as maintainable. That's the big story that's coming in. Let's listen in.
भाई बहने आज अपने घरों में घी के दीपक जलाए, शंख नगाड़े बजाए और हर हर महादेव का नारा लगाए। हर हर महादेव, बोलो श्रृंगार भरी माता की जय। बाबा बम बोल रहा है काशी, बाबा बम बोल रहा है, बाबा रहा न कोई बाकी। कि बम बम बोल रहा है काशी, बम बम बोल रहा है काशी, बम बम बोलना भैरव बाबा, रहा न कोई बाकी।
Harish joining us for more on this. Harish, a big verdict from the Varanasi court admitting the Hindu side plea. The district court Varanasi deciding to hear the Gyanvapi case, thereby ruling that the suit is maintainable. This is a big verdict coming from the Varanasi court. Tell us about the ramifications of this verdict.
Is that question to me?
Yes, Harish, go ahead. Tell us about the
Yes,
ramifications of the big
yes.
Gyanvapi verdict that has been delivered by the Varanasi court.
Yes, a big victory for the Hindu side, the 5 women. The western wall of the Gyanvapi mosque, on which there are several Hindu murals and idols engraved. Today, in fact, the Varanasi court has and does not, in fact, the places of worship will not be. Remember, the Hindu side has been able to, this judgment means has been able to convince the court that the Gyanvapi Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites Act 1958, and they have also convinced the court regarding what they are seeking is only right to pray, and they are not seeking to change the character of the structure nor proclaiming ownership. So this means, today's judgment means that the Hindu side has probably been successful in convincing the court. And apart from that, now the consequence of this is that once the maintainability has been upheld, now the further discussions will happen. Now the in which Shivling was in the mosque. Apart from that, various Hindu murals and idols were found on the basement and also various other walls. Now that report will be discussed, because remember when Supreme Court had directed that first the maintainability. After that, commissioner's report will be discussed. So this is a big headway for the Hindu side, who has won the first round, because the Varanasi was maintainable.
All right, that was Harish reporting on the ramifications of the Gyanvapi case verdict, the big verdict coming from the single bench of the district judge, delivering that verdict in the Gyanvapi Shringar Gauri dispute case, holding the case.
अबाइडिंग सिटीजन की कैपेसिटी में है, वो चाहते हैं कि न्याय उनका हो, तो न्याय के लिए बहुत अच्छा हुआ है, जो एक अड़ंगा था वो हट गया है, बहुत अच्छा हुआ है।
75 साल से ये देश आजाद है, लेकिन आज सनातन धर्म अपनी ही सिस्टम को, अपनी पूजा पद्धति के लिए छटपटा रहा है।